times. And then later on, one night, one moon night, Purnima, he's trying to approach Guru Vasisht. And then Guru Vasisht sitting with his wife, they're discussing. Such a nice night, full moon. It's very difficult to do austerity in this kind of a, because you are attached to this beauty of moon. And then Guru Vasisht said, it is only one person can do austerity in this kind of atmosphere. It was Vishwamitra, and Vishwamitra listening. And then Vishwamitra decided on that day that it is not my military power, it is my Brahminical or Vaishnava qualities that can win over anyone. And from that day onwards, he went on austerities, and later on we know he became one of the guru of Lord Ram and the family. That's the beauty when we have the nature of forgiveness. So the same nature here Draupadi is showing for all of us. And it is very, like we can learn from these things that when we listen to these pastimes, I was listening to class, the devotee was explaining, there are two things in your life. Two things you never remember, two things you never forget. Very important in your life if you want to be in the some alignment of forgiveness. The first thing is, if to remember is, if somebody has done something good to you, please always remember that good thing he has done. And if the second thing, if you have done something wrong to somebody, please always remember, never forget that situation. And forget if you have done the first thing, if you have done some good thing to others, please forget that way right away. Never remember. And the second thing, if you have done something good for others. So these two things never forget, two things never remember. That will elevate one as a human being, and we can advance and we can have the virtue of forgiveness. At least we can start thinking how we can attain this quality of forgiveness. And this forgiveness, we see that we are forgiving others. They are at peace. They are at peace, but you are at peace first when you forgive someone. Like sometimes when you are angry, anger is like a fireball. You are holding that fireball in your hand. So that fireball is burning or hurting you first before it is going to hurt the other person. Very difficult. And we have many examples in our scriptures. Like Chaitanya Charitamrita, there is a pastime Vasudevata. When Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, what is asking Chaitanya Mahaprabhu? Let me see, I think I had that verse. If that verse I can. It is in Madhya, where Vasudev Datta is showing his tolerance. He's not into I, me, mine. He's thinking of others. He's thinking himself duty bound. And the verse, I'll see if I can read. Okay. The verse is Madhya 15 chapter, verse number 162. Vasudata says, Jivera dukha dekhi more hrida vidare sarva jivare papa prabhu deha more sire. Translation is, my Lord, my heart breaks to see the sufferings of all the conditioned souls. Therefore, I request you to transfer karma of their sinful lives upon my head. this is the pastime we listen, we come across when we read different scriptures given by Srila Prabhupada. And since this particular uh, chapter is from Mahabharata, we can see how the forgiveness comes right from Mahabharata, right from the war situation, where Bhishma Dev is showing the quality of forgiveness. When the first day, we all know when the fight was about to happen, they went to see Bhishma Dev, and Bhishma Dev blessed them for victory. And then they asked that how can we like conquer you, because you have icha mrityu, because you can die when you want to die. But Krishna Dev said, I know, but this is not the time. This is not the time that the time has not come that I will die. This is not the time. But you come back to me. I will tell you how to conquer me, how to kill me. It is mentioned. And then on the ninth day, when Bhishma Dev almost killed Arjuna, then Krishna is thinking. End of the day, Krishna says to all the Pandavas, now it's time to go to Bhishma Dev, because he said that I will tell you how to kill me or how to conquer me. All Pandavas, including Krishna, they went to see Bhishma Dev. And Bhishma Dev smiled when he saw all of them. Because he knew what's coming. The question is coming, that how can you bless us, but how can we kill you? How can we conquer you? Krishna Dev knew that this is going to come. Even though they were not happy to ask this Yudhishthira Maharaj, but he was still, he said that with my very heavy heart, I asked this. And then Bhishma Dev said that I do not, I think he was mentioning few things, let me see, the code of conduct in the war. He was explaining which the Pandavas were not aware of that. He says, I do not fight with person without weapon. I do not fight if somebody is not on your armor or your chariot. And then if somebody is not willing to fight with me, I will not fight. If is willing to surrender or is willing to flee from the battlefield, I will not fight. And if somebody is disabled, I will not fight. And I will not fight with a woman, or somebody carries the name of a woman, I will not fight. Then Bhishma Dev said, and Bhishma Dev gave them the hint that use Sikhandi. Then you know Sikhandi. Sikhandi was the daughter of Drupad, you can say sister, but there is a pastime that he became he has to change his sex. He became male at that time, but he still kept that name because there is a pastime. He was a reincarnation of Amba. Ambika, Ambikila, Ambakali, Ambalika. There are three daughters of the king of Kasi. Right? And then Bhishma Dev won after defeating all the in the Swambar. Like the Swambar happened similar way as Ma Sita Swambar. He brought Amba with her, and then Amba said, "No, but I am attached to. I love the King Salva, the Salva." Then he said, "Okay, I will take you there, Ronsi." And then she went through the Salva, but Salva says, "No, I will not accept you." Then he said, "Why? Because rightfully it is Bhishma Dev's, Bhishma Dev, you belong to Bhishma Dev. And then we know that the big pastime, then she came back, Bhishma Dev rejected her, and then after she was rejected, then she wanted to kill Bhishma because of this offense of his by saying no to accept her. And then, you know, then with Yaksha, she got her sex changed, and that's why the reincarnation happened. And then that's when the name was given Sikandi. So, Vishnudev is telling that even though Sikandi is a male, but he's still bearing the name of Amba. I know that name, so that's why I will not fight with him. So that 10th day, they are using Sikandi. Sikandi is shooting his arrows, and then Arjuna is behind Sikandi and shooting the arrow on Bhishmadev. And thus we know then how the Bhishmadev fell from his chariot flat on the ground on the arrows. So that's the pastime I want to share. And what was the more example? Okay. Yeah, and if we do not forgive, we bound to carry extra burden always on us. And that burden is sometimes we feel it is, sometimes we realize, sometimes we don't realize that it is just extra burden. It is better to get rid of it. In Japan, in a school, I think a different speaker has told this story in a different way, that in a class, the teacher asks, everybody, all the students, they like each other or you don't like each other? Tell me, each of you, like you don't like him, you don't like her, this and then. Note down the points, note down the points. So then everybody is, all students ready, they're thinking, oh, no, he's not behaving with me good, he's not behaving with me good. Then they're noting down. Some has two friends, three friends, they are not in line what they want. And then says, the teacher asks, everybody has their numbers? He says, okay, yes, we have. Then they say, what to do with these numbers? Then they say, go home and bring the boiled potatoes. If you have two numbers you don't like, then you bring 2 potatoes. So similarly, keep bringing the number of potatoes, boiled potatoes, and then the student says, come next day, bring all these potatoes, boiled from home and come. And then the next day the students brought those boiled potatoes, and they said, what to do? Then the teacher says, I'll tell you. They went back, they took the potatoes back, and then they said, keep bringing them back, keep bringing them back. So it has happened maybe, I don't know, 1 week, 10 days. So at one point of time, all potatoes became stale. They said, what to do? They're all smelling, they're not. I'm going to throw these away. And the teacher says, this is the thing I wanted to teach you. Whatever you have against with your fellow students, it is better to get rid of it. It is better to lord it off. It's not worth to keep that burden on you when you can let it go. So let go. So there's the strength of forgiveness, that when we forgive somebody, we live in peace. We need to realize, but the realization is very very difficult to attain in our lifetimes. But if we keep listening, as Prabhupada says, Nityam Bhagavad Sevya, like if we keep listening to our scriptures on a regular basis, we might end up slowly and steadily to attain these qualities. Bhaktivinoda Thakur says, by knowing the qualities of a real Vaishnava is one thing, but just it is very difficult to attain those qualities. But even if you just start thinking towards those qualities what the Vaishnavas have, it is an advancement. So then, Draupadi is showing here the quality of forgiveness. So we can understand that every human being or every creature of this, whatever Lord has created, they have some or the other quality, because everything has a purpose. It is not that last time when I went to India, I went to Jagannath Puri temple. Somebody told me that there is a stone, black stone, you do not step on this. I went there, I asked the Panda, where is that step, that black stone step? Not cross. When you cross, you don't come back. Same way, come different way. He says, no, there's no such thing. There may be a black stone stair, but there's nothing impious or which is not good in God's nature that God created. It's always good. So I did not bother asking for this where the black stone area is. We went, myself and Duki went 3 times to do the, but we never we took the word because we are in a dham and he is sitting right in the dham. And why to waste our time that Lord can make something which is not wise. That's what the Panda was trying to tell us, and it made sense for us. Despite of, because it was the first time, we would have spent much time to find out which door, because there are 4 doors. You go, and the lineups are so, like it takes maybe a couple of hours to get to the darshan, and it is packed inside. Especially when you see the lineup outside, it's different. But when you see the lineup right next to the altar, it's different. It is like it is very difficult to go there when if you don't know somebody or you know the proper timing, what time you should go. But if you go in normal time, it is very difficult to take darshan at that time. There are so many people right on the small altar. That's why Chaitanya Mahaprabhu used to stay back on the pillar and he will see the Lord's right from the pillar. But if you go from the pillar to the altar itself, I don't know, 700, 800, 1,000 devotees are lining up there within that small, maybe it is 20, 25 or 30 feet long, 30 by, I would say 10 feet, 10, 12 feet, very small, like half of our temple, less than half. But there are so many people, so ladies, children, everybody, different ages, all this. So what he was trying to tell is, when you are in a dham, you don't have to think of these any unpious activities. Even if it is there, Lord will forgive you. So that's what Draupadi is showing us with this pastime, that forgiveness is very important in our life, and that helps us before it is helping others. So with this, I think it is time now. We're like past 9. Okay. With this, I will like to end here. And if anybody has any correction, any feedback, please do so. Hare Krishna, Radhika Mataji. She's gone. Yes,
Hare Krishna, Janaki Jityan Prabhu.
Yes, Prabhu, go ahead.
Normally in the temple room, you ask, nobody there in the temple room?
Yeah, that's why Chaitanya, Charandi Prabhu is asking. But you can use since you.
No, go ahead. I'll finish afterwards. Come.
Okay, Prabhu. He wants you to go first. You want to use this and then, or you have Zoom there? This will work as a microphone.
Prabhu, in Vedic culture, different prescribed duties are recommended for different varnas, right? Brahmanas, Kshatriyas, Vaishyas, Shudras. And Brahmanas, they are expected to be very forgiving, very tolerant. And for Kshatriyas, forgiveness is considered weakness of heart. Krishna says in Bhagavad Gita to Arjuna, Sukhina Kshatriyah Partha Labante Yuddhamidrisham. Means a Kshatriya is happy when there is an opportunity to kill. So in the same instance, Bhimasena, he wanted to kill Ashwatthama right there. And Prabhupada mentions that the Pandavas, they were trying to hold back Bhimasena from killing Ashwatthama. Then he was brought. And Bhimasena had, he had a grudge against Kauravas, Duryodhana and the party. And he wanted to kill all of them in the battle of Kurukshetra because they insulted Draupadi. He wanted to kill them. So in one sense, forgiveness is recommended. Draupadi was very forgiving towards Ashwatthama. Brahmanas are generally very forgiving. But the same thing, when it is applied for a Kshatriya, it is considered a weakness of heart. And Prabhupada also mentions that in the modern age, many rulers, even though there are so many people who are criminals, they are killing people, but they freely roam on the streets. But true Kshatriya, he should kill them. Means if he cares about their spiritual lives, if he sees them from a spiritual point of view, because they have sinned, they'll degrade into animal life. It is better that they're killed because they will not degrade to an animal but in the next life because they're taking that punishment. So a Kshatriya also, I mean, he administers the right kind of punishment so that the soul is not degraded into animal life. Whereas if you see like a material consideration, now someone might say, oh, the president forgave like a criminal, even though he did so many mischievous things. This president is so nice, but in fact, he is like a weak president. He doesn't know, he's not fit to be a president because he cannot kill the culprits. Um, so yeah, I just wanted to mention this point.
Yeah, right now you see, Trump has released everyone from that. What happened on the with Capitol Hill few years back? That mishap happened. They were all in the jail. He said, "Okay, release everyone." There are a few of them said, "No, we don't want to get released because we have done something wrong. So we still want to be." And then that's why they went against Trump. So, and the forgiveness, if you see, it it flows in a different, like Chaitanya Mahaprabhu says, he doesn't want to change anything. He says, Sthane sthita, remain wherever you are, whichever you are. Don't change yourself. But there are few common things which flow like Kshatriya. If, as Bhishma Dev said, if I see somebody with a female name, I will not fight. But still that forgiveness is there. But Mahaprabhu said, but he has to fight. As you rightly said, Arjuna was not weak because he has Gandiva with him. Who can defeat Gandiva? No. But he became weak at his heart because that feeling of forgiveness was prevailing at that time. So because he became weak at his heart. So those things happens, they travel from different modes of like different varnas, different modes. It depends on time, place, and circumstances. Thank you, Prabhu, for sharing nice realization. Yes, Manu Prabhu.
Nice thing he asked. Anyway, Prabhuji, couple of things I'm finding. Okay, let's discuss if you don't mind. Now, we say that nowadays, Brahmana by birth we should not take, isn't it? Now, even the Prabhupada says it's by the qualities. But here we are discussing because Ashwadhama is the son of Dronacharya. Little comment on that.
Prabhu, this is basically time, place, and circumstances. People are not that pious nowadays. Like what Dronacharya has done for Pandavas and Kauravas, it is very difficult to attain in this time of Kali Yuga. Because Kali Yuga is prevailing, as I just explained, the past time, or what? No, not the past time. The recent situation happened with Trump, but they are not like what Dronacharya has done when he took over as the teacher from Kripacharya. What he has done, it is not doable in this material world or in this situation right now. It is not maybe quality-wise it looks, but it is relatively, it is not the factor, or it is not the case at this time of junction. It is very difficult to attain, because as Prabhupada explained, woman, out of woman, Draupadi is not an ordinary woman, is different. And now we have women around, but they have different qualities, but not at the level of what at that time it was somewhat easy to attain during that, because you are surrounded by so many real devotee like Bhishma Dev, Dronacharya, Kripacharya. So you're in the midst of all the topmost Vaishnavas. So it is very easy to attain those qualities. But now even Brahmanas, they are not able to recite the mantras properly. So that degrade in this society as a whole is happening on a daily basis. That's why it is not very not advisable, but it is not attainable at this time. As Srila Prabhupada said many times, that when we do a sacrifice, we should use the cow milk, cow ghee, pure cow ghee. But at the same time, he said, maybe after 30 years, 40 years, or very soon, you will not get the pure cow ghee, and which is the case today. So, but if we see the scriptures say this, but time, place, circumstances, we do adjustments, but still align with the scriptures and teachings of the scriptures.
Thank you. Correct. Okay. I agree. Okay, coming to we must forgive someone provided he will repent. Am I right? Not that, okay, we'll send somebody again, he goes out and does the same nonsense again. Isn't that what I felt here?
Yes, Prabhu. Yeah, like I think we have some examples. Even after forgiving somebody, they will do something wrong. But at the same time, we should not worry about that, because when it comes to the second time, also our approach should be the same, even if they are doing it multiple times. Like Ravan did multiple times attempt to show that he can win over Ram, but Hanuman or any of the soldiers from them, they did not go in a different direction. They knew that at the end he is going to be killed. So the same way we need to understand this, and through the Chakshu, the Veda Chakshu, the eyes of the Vedas, or eyes of the our scriptures, or from the Vani of our different acharyas. And as Lord says in 11th canto, that you need to treat all these acharyas, they should be honored same as me. It is in 11, 17, 27. Lord explaining that how these acharyas should be treated. And Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur always says that try to find one quality till the end, and you will find. And that was the case when Bhaktisiddhanta was on this earth. He was able to solve all these problems within the community, within the congregation, within the devotees, by just exploring this option, or by instructing the devotees to act in such a way, even though these things are happening on a daily basis, but the principle is same: forgiveness.
Thank you. And one thing I realized that is, at least in Ashwadama case, they removed the jewel, so that with that pain he will remember always what wrong thing, so he will be repenting till today, as we say. Thank you. Anyway,
yes, Prabhu. Thank you, Prabhu. Thank you, Prabhu. Hare Krishna. I think think it is way past 9. Anybody else? I think if no question, then I will end here. It is way past 9. Srimad Bhagwatam ki jai, Srila Prabhupada ki jai, all of you ki jai. Thank you for joining. Hare Krishna.